Hello everyone, welcome to our channel Easy Tuition. Today we are here to study about an interesting chapter for class 6 science exploring magnet. Let us begin. Magnets. Magnet is nothing but an object that attracts magnetic material like iron, nickel and cobalt. मैग्नेट एक इस तरह का ऑब्जेक्ट है जो कि कुछ स्पेशल मटेरियल्स लाइक मैग्नेटिक मटेरियल्स उनको अपनी तरफ अट्रैक्ट करता है. Magnets have a special ability to either attract certain materials or repel other magnetic depending on the pole orientation. Now, magnetic material includes the material which attract towards the magnet, and also there are some kind of other materials which are non-magnetic, which means that they are not attracted towards the magnet. Examples: wood, rubber, glass and plastic. कुछ ऐसे मटेरियल्स जो कि मैग्नेट की तरफ अट्रैक्ट करते हैं उनको हम मैग्नेटिक मटेरियल्स बोलते हैं. एग्जाम्पल्स उनके हमने पढ़े होंगे अपनी बुक में, लाइक आयरन, निकल एंड कोबाल्ट. वो मटेरियल्स जो कि मैग्नेट की तरफ अट्रैक्टेड नहीं होते हैं, लाइक वुड, रबर एंड ग्लास, दे आर कॉल्ड नॉन मैग्नेटिक मटेरियल्स. We can see here that magnetic and non-magnetic class materials can be classified according to their attraction property. Like iron, nickel and cobalt, they attract towards the material, that is why they are known as magnetic material. Also, some materials which are not attracted towards magnet are known as non-magnetic materials. Wood, plastic, rubber, glass, copper, these are the example of the non-magnetic materials. Now, what is so special about this magnet? Yes, there are some certain properties which make the magnet very special. And due to this property is due to the presence of magnetic poles. Every magnet has two poles. Those are known as North Pole and the South Pole. Now, हमने अब तक ये पढ़ा कि एक मैग्नेट के अंदर प्रॉपर्टीज होती हैं अट्रैक्शन और रिपल्शन की, राइट? अब हमने ये भी पढ़ना है कि उनके अंदर, मैग्नेट के अंदर दो पोल्स होते हैं, नॉर्थ पोल एंड साउथ पोल. अब होता क्या है, मैग्नेटिक फोर्स इज स्ट्रॉन्गेस्ट एट दीज पोल्स, राइट? जो नॉर्थ पोल और साउथ पोल्स होते हैं, मैग्नेटिक जो फोर्स होता है किसी भी मैग्नेट के अंदर, वो उनके पोल्स पर सबसे ज्यादा होता है. और ये पोल्स जो होते हैं वो मैग्नेट के अंदर एक पेयर्स में होते हैं. कहने का मतलब है कि नॉर्थ पोल एंड द साउथ पोल ऑलवेज एग्जिस्ट इन द पेयर इन all the magnets. If a magnet break, each pieces still have two poles. कोई भी मैग्नेट बिना किसी भी पोल के एग्जिस्ट नहीं करता. We can see this force in the next slide like this. These are the two different poles, or you can say unlike poles of the magnet, which are attracting towards each other. Whereas in the other, the two poles of the magnet are same. That is why they are repelling each other. Now let us study about the type of magnets. There are two types of magnets. First one is a natural magnet and other one is the artificial magnet. Let's study about the natural magnet first. Natural magnet, as the name suggests, are found in nature. Natural magnets, example is magnetite. It is also known as lodestone. These magnets occur naturally in rocks and can attract iron. लोडस्टोन एक टाइप का रॉक होता है जिसके अंदर कुछ प्रॉपर्टीज होती हैं जिसमें कि वो आयरन को अट्रैक्ट कर सकता है, राइट? ये नेचर में हमें मिलता है, इसीलिए हम इसको नेचुरल मैग्नेट ही बोलते हैं. The next type of magnet is the artificial magnet. It is obviously artificial, that means these are made up by the human using magnetic materials. किसी भी मैग्नेटिक मटेरियल को अगर हम एक मैग्नेट से अच्छे से रब करेंगे काफी लंबे ड्यूरेशन के लिए, then it will also start behaving like a magnet. Now the example of artificial magnets are U-shaped magnet, bar magnet, horseshoe magnet. Bar magnet means a bar which is having a two poles, north and the south. U-shaped magnet means a magnet having a U shape which is also having north and the south pole. Horseshoe magnet, as the name suggests, it is used as a pedal of the horse. राइट? जो हॉर्स का पेडल होता है उसी की शेप में ये हॉर्स शू मैग्नेट है, इसलिए इसका ये नाम पड़ा था. Now artificial magnets, how they are made, we are going to read this in the end of the chapter. Let's study that the artificial are made by rubbing a magnetic material with magnet using electric current. Now the properties of magnet. In the properties of magnet, there are two special points. First one is attractive and the repulsive property of a magnet, and also the directive property of a magnet. First, let us study about the attractive property of a magnet. In this, magnet attracts materials like iron, nickel and cobalt. That means जो भी magnets होते हैं वो magnetic materials like जो iron, nickel, cobalt हो गए उनको attract करते हैं, whereas जो non-magnetic material होते हैं they don't get attracted towards it. Whereas in the directive property, when it can be easily explained with the help of an example that when a magnet is suspended freely, it always aligns itself in the north-south direction. This is the special property of a magnet. That is why it is being used in the magnetic compass. Magnetic compass. What is it? It's a very special type of instrument. पुराने ज़माने पे जब सेलर्स होते थे वो अपनी डायरेक्शन को भूल जाते थे या उनको डायरेक्शन सीज में नहीं दिखाई देती थी, then they used to find their direction with the help of a magnetic compass. It is a very useful device. Now what is it? Let us study in detail. It is a magnetic compass is a simple tool used to find the direction. How? It has a magnetized needle that can turn freely and always point in the north-south direction. ये एक magnetic compass है. इसके अंदर एक needle होती है which is made up of magnet, or you can say it is a magnetized needle. It has a north and a south pole, and the north is always colored in the red. This magnetic needle shows always the north-south direction. Now the parts of the magnetic compass are: it is kept inside a small box, a tiny round container, usually with a glass or the transparent top to make it safe. It also has a magnetic needle, which is a thin piece of magnetized iron balanced on a pin in the center so that it can spin easily. The north pointing end is often painted red, and this hole is known as the dial, a card or a plate sitting below the needle with main direction like north, south, east and west. These are all marked in the magnetic compass. कहने का मतलब है नॉर्थ और साउथ की जो निडल आएगी वो उनकी नॉर्थ एंड साउथ डायरेक्शन पे अलाइन कर देगी, तो हमें अपनी डायरेक्शंस मिल जाएंगी यूजिंग अ मैग्नेटिक कंपास. In the magnetic compass, the end of the magnet that points toward the north direction is called the north seeking pole or the north pole of the magnet. The other end that points toward the south direction is called the south seeking pole or the south pole of the magnet. A freely suspended magnet rests along the north-south direction because our earth itself behave like a giant magnet. हमें ये पता है कि हमारा जो मैग्नेटिक कंपास फंक्शन करता है वो इसी लाइन के ऊपर फंक्शन करता है. अब हमें ये पता था कि नॉर्थ साउथ डायरेक्शन में ही हमारा मैग्नेटिक कंपास जो है वो अलाइन करता है अपनी पोजीशन को, बट क्यों? आइए समझते हैं. हमने देखा कि हमारे जो मैग्नेटिक कंपास है उसमें ये जो हमारा नॉर्थ पोल है नॉर्थ की तरफ अलाइन करता है, साउथ पोल जो है साउथ की तरफ अलाइन करता है. बट a magnet has a property of attracting the opposite pole. That means this north pole of a magnetic compass is attracting towards the south magnetic field of the earth, right? And this south magnetic field of the earth is towards the north geographic pole of the earth. Similarly, the south end of the magnetic compass is attracting towards the magnetic south pole of the earth, which is also attracting towards the geographic south pole of the earth. How to make a magnet? We can make a magnet, temporary magnet at home also. How? Let us study. A simple magnet can be made by rubbing method. You just have to take a piece of iron or any steel, like a magnetic material which has the property of attracting, rub a magnet over it in one direction repeatedly. This rubbing could be of 100 or 200 times. After some time, the metal piece become magnetized. And this method is commonly used to create a temporary magnet. आप कोई भी needle या pin, कोई बहुत बड़ा मैग्नेटिक मटेरियल नहीं, बट हाँ एक पतला सा पिन या निडल को भी आप ले सकते हैं और उसके ऊपर अच्छे से मैग्नेट को रब करेंगे 100 200 150 टाइम्स, तो वो जो निडल या पिन होता है वो एक टेम्परेरी मैग्नेट की तरह भी एक्ट करने लगेगा। नाउ हमने मैग्नेट तो बना लिया है। नाउ देयर आर सम प्रिवेंशंस ऑफ स्टोरेज ऑफ मैग्नेट। हाउ टू स्टोर अ मैग्नेट? इट इज आल्सो वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टू कीप द मैग्नेट प्रॉपर in a proper way so that it will not lose its property. Storing of a bar magnet is always done in pairs. You have to keep them together with the north pole of one next to the south pole of the other. But you have to keep a wood separator in between. Put a small piece of wood between the two magnets. Soft iron keeper. Place two soft iron pieces keeper across the ends of the magnet. In this way, only you can keep the magnet properly. General rules to keep magnets strong. If you want to keep your magnet working, there are some ways in which they can be kept properly. These were the methods to store the magnet, but there are some other way which you should avoid. And those are that you have to keep your magnets away from the electronics always, and do not or hit them or give them any shock kind of a thing. Do not drop them from a height. This was our whole chapter. Now let us have a quick view of NCERT's question and answer. First of all, filling the blanks. The unlike pole of two magnets dash each other, whereas the unlike pole of magnets dash each other. Obviously, the unlike pole of two magnets attract each other, whereas the like pole of the magnets repel each other. The materials that are attracted towards a magnet are magnetic materials. The needle of a magnetic compass rests along the north-south direction always. A magnet always has two poles, north and the south. True and false. A magnet can be broken into pieces to obtain a single pole. Never. Whenever it got broken, it will always have two poles, north and south. So it is a false statement. Similar poles of magnet repel each other. Yes, similar pole again means same poles. Same pole of a magnet repel each other. Unlike pole, attract each other. So this statement is true. Iron filling mostly stick in the middle of a bar magnet when it is brought near them. False. A magnetic effect of any magnet is greater or it is maximum at its poles. So this statement is false. A freely suspended bar magnet always aligns itself in the north-south direction. True. Now in this question, we have seen a column 1 and column 2, different position in which one pole of the magnet is placed near that of the other. Column 2 indicates the result action between them for each situation. Now filling the blanks. We have seen there are two poles which are similar, which will show the effect of repulsion. If in the column 2 attraction is given, that means that there would be two unlike poles. If the one is north, then other one should be south. The two poles south and north are here. That means they will show the behavior of attraction. Again, it is showing the repulsion in column 2. That means the two poles would be of same size, same effect. That means it would be south here and south here. In this question, a boy Athar is performing an experiment in which he has taken a bar magnet and he is rotating it over a heap of clips. There are some observations he has taken and we have to answer which observation is correct. In this bar magnet, three positions are there: A, B and C. A is towards the north pole of the magnet, C is towards the south pole of the magnet, whereas the B is showing the middle of the magnet. It position in the first option, the position A is having a 10 clips Position B is having 2 clips, whereas the position C is having 10 clips. In the second option, 10, 10 and 2, respectively at the position A, B and C. In the third option again, 2, 10, 10, respectively in the position A, B and C. 10, 10, 10, respectively in the position A, B and C. So according to us, we know that any bar magnet would have the maximum magnetic effect at its pole. That means position A would be having the maximum number of clips, position C having a maximum number of clips. So the correct answer would be position A. The first option, position A having 10 clips, position C having 10 clips, and the minimum would be position B having 2 clips. The other question, Reshma bought 3 identical metal bars from the market. Out of these bars, 2 bar magnet and 1 was just a piece of iron. How will she identify which 2 amongst the 3 could be magnet without using any other material? We know that the magnet both attract and repel, whereas the iron only attract. Thus, the repulsion help us to find which one is the bar and which one is the magnet. कोई भी 3 मेटल बार्स हैं, हम उनमें से देखेंगे अगर एक जो है अट्रैक्ट कर रहा है दोनों बार्स से, दैट मीन्स दैट वुड बी द आयरन बार, दैट कुड बी अ आयरन बार. और जो लेफ्ट 2 बार्स बची अगर वो एक दूसरे से अट्रैक्ट कर रही हैं और उनके पोल्स चेंज कर दें और वो एक दूसरे से रिपेल कर रही हैं तो ऑब्वियसली दोज 2 वुड बी द magnetic bars. You are given a magnet which does not have the pole marked. How can you find its pole with the help of another magnet which has pole marked? Obviously, to find the poles of an unmarked magnet, bring one end of the marked magnet near one end of the unmarked magnet. If they attract, the unmarked magnet end is the opposite pole. That means if the marked pole attract, then the unmarked end is the south pole. And if they repel, that means the poles are similar. Hope you get it. A bar magnet has no marking to indicate its pole. How would you find out near which end is a north pole is located using another? हम क्या करेंगे बार मैग्नेट को सस्पेंड कर देंगे फ्रीली एंड वी ऑल नो दैट it will always align itself in a north-south direction. Now the end pointing towards the north is called the north-seeking pole and the north pole, whereas the end pointing toward the south is called the south-seeking end or the south pole of the magnet. In that way, we can easily identify which is the north and the south pole of the magnet. If the Earth is itself a magnet, can you guess the pole of Earth's magnet by looking at the direction of the magnetic compass? Yes, we can guess the pole of the Earth's magnet by looking at the direction of a magnetic compass. How? Because the north-seeking end of the compass needle always point towards the geographic north pole of the Earth, whereas the south-seeking end of the compass needle points towards the geographic south pole of the Earth, because we know that Earth itself is a magnet. While a mechanic was repairing a gadget using a screwdriver, the steel screw kept on falling. Suggest a way to solve the problem if the mechanic, on the basis of what you have learned in this chapter. The mechanic needs to magnetize his screwdriver, which will just not lift the screw but hold it in the place while he work. या फिर हम उसको बोल सकते हैं कि आप एक मैग्नेट रख लीजिए अपने पास और उसमें आपकी जितनी भी स्टील स्क्रूज हैं it will attract them and it will keep on one place and so that you can work easily. Two ring magnets X and Y are arranged in this figure. It is observed that the magnet X does not move down further. What could be the possible reason? Suggest a way to bring the magnet in contact with the magnet Y without pushing either of the magnet. It is floating. It is not coming down. That means they are repelling each other. That means these poles or these faces of a magnet are same. The magnet X must be floating because the like poles are facing each other, right? Because that is why only the repulsion is happening over here. If we change the direction of a magnet X, अगर हम इसको उल्टा कर देंगे by rotating it, the unlike pole will face each other and the magnet will come closer. Very simple. Now in this question, this type of question you are going to have in your exams also. Three magnets are arranged in a table in the form of a shape like this. What is the polarity at the end of 1, 2, 3, 4 and 6 magnet? Polarity of 1 is given for you. These all shapes or the magnets are arranged properly in this manner, making a particular shape. And all these are arranged due to their property of attraction. If this is given, that means the other end S would be S pole, south pole, and they are attracting. That means again, if fifth is north, then fourth would be south pole. That is why only the attraction is happening over air. If fourth is south, that means the other end would be north. So third one is again north. And if this is north, that means due to the attraction, it should be south. And if this is south, second number is south, then it should be north. So let us revise that. First one would be north, second one would be south, third one again is north, fourth one we have is south, fifth we already have that it is north, which is left then it is south at number 6. Hope you all understand the I hope you understand the chapter very well. If you have any doubt, please comment and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.